I see myself to be a forefront of any African business, any African-owned by women business. I want to be the innovator. If somebody can learn something for what I'm doing and be able to achieve it too, that makes it for me.
Hello, this is Marco Rock.
Welcome to Marco Rock TV. I'm Marco Rock, your host for Inside the Great Man, where we interview entrepreneurs, game changer, achieving for the purpose to inspire and inform you. Today, like another day, we're so thrilled to have our guest, Nina Sodji. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I think I'm a game changer.
You're a game changer? I love to hear that.
I like that part of it.
Perfect. So tell us, who's Nina Sodji?
Nina Sodji is just a sweet little lady from the... I'm just kidding.
Go ahead, man. You're sweet, you know.
I am sweet, but I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a single mother of two. I'm trying to be a business mogul, if we quite get there. I'm from a family of 6, now 5. We lost one of my brothers.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. But Nina Sodji is just a hardworking person who just loves to cook.
Awesome. So where does the passion for cooking come from?
I don't know if it really comes from, I'd say it comes from within, because I just have that fire to be able to teach people, to be able to let people know how wonderful things are. I just have, since I was little back home and I got here 26 years ago, I always had that how I call it?
The desire.
Fire, the desire to teach, to show, to say, oh, I discovered this. I always have that curious mind, I'll call it. So it just got more focused on food. And now we got okra out of that.
Congratulations on Okra African Grill.
Thank you.
So tell me, what does the name okra means? What does it come from? I'm just curious, like, okra.
Yes, the name okra actually came from my son. When I actually had the idea, it was meant to be called Nina's Kitchen. Because I had my own business before 10 years ago.
And I do love your braids.
Oh, thank you.
I'm addicted to it, so I'm gonna let you know that. Yeah.
It's very addictive for sure. So I just keep putting little ideas here and there, and after my culinary degree, I kind of started to kind of put it together. And every time I had a aha moment, I'll call it, I'll put it in my computer, or if I had an idea, I'll put it down.
So you wake up like 3 in the morning, like, well, I have the power right now.
Usually
right?
I take walks, and that's usually kind of where it kind of comes in. I just love to take walks. It kind of brings me peace. It have time for me to, I call it my connection to God, my spiritual moment, go better. Don't steal my idea, don't go walking.
I will not, I promise.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So it comes from there, and when I go to the store, wherever I am, if I have an idea, I just put it in my phone, or when I come home, I just jot it down on the computer. And slowly, last year, after actually, you really made this happen if you didn't know.
Okay.
You remember you invited me to come to the summit last year, and when I came, I think it was a moment that, it was a question that was asked, and it really brought everything together. And I was like, wow, I think there is the time for me to bring this back to life. This is the opportunity for me to kind of come up with it again. So I start reaching out to some people so I can get business plan and stuff like that together, so I can structure the business in the right way and get the registration with the state and the federal and all of that stuff. And I was still kind of rolling with the Nina Kitchen idea, and my son go, no, Mom, you should call it something more catchy than that. And I'm like, really? He's like, yeah. He's just kind of walking around like, what should we call it? Should we call it Gary? And I'm like, Gary? What does that mean? And he's always kind of like a jokester like that. So I was just like on the computer and he was kind of roaming in the kitchen and roaming around. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And I'm just doing whatever I was doing. And he opened the fridge and he goes, Mom, we should call it okra. And I'm like, what? He said, yes. Remember that sauce we used to make? Well, which it used to be one of my meals when I had my own restaurant. That used to make okra sauce. We call it gumbo.
Yes.
And we make it with the cornmeal paste, which is the cornmeal polenta. And they used to love it, and they call it green sauce when they were growing up. They didn't know what it was. And he's like, Mom, it reminds me of my childhood. We should call it that. It's just so African. That's the most African thing ever. And I'm like, okay, we'll call it okra. And he thought, when I usually say something like that, it means that I kind of dismiss it.
Yes.
And he's like, no, Mom, I'm serious. And then he went downstairs and I'm still going on my computer and go, Mom, it should be okra. I'm like, oh God, he's not gonna let it go. And then here we are, okra.
Well, I'm so thrilled to hear that you have been inspired through the Leadership Africa Summit.
Yes.
And that your son has also pushed you,
Yes.
to the name Okra African Grill. I think that's really catchy. He's pretty right.
Yes.
And that gives us to some point, sometimes we adults, we need to be listening to our kids because
I
they're
know.
very innovative.
They are,
And
you
they're
just gotta
out there.
let them do it. Yeah.
Exactly, but they're thinking they're out there sometimes. We should consider them, and I'm glad that you listen to him.
Yeah.
And that'll make him very proud too.
Not every time, though, but don't let him know that.
Well, I think he should know that. So, what makes Okra African Grill unique, different than any other restaurant that I have?
Well, number one, they offer African food. It's just the structure that's a little bit different. I want to be able to bring something that's structured the way a lot of the restaurants structure in America, because the restaurant starts here. So I want to be able to bring African food to the mass in a way that is more, appealing, delicious, innovative, something that people will say, oh, I didn't know this is what African food is. Because the biggest hurdle that Africa has and African food has is that we don't have a lot of, what will I call it? We don't get a lot of spotlight or a way of explaining what it is. A lot of people still ask, but now it's a little bit better than before. What is African food?
Yeah, it's just so broad.
It is just so broad, and the fusion is just so wide. Africa is a continent, so we need
It's
to
not
be,
a country.
It's not a country.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's not a country. It is a country. And I'm from country of Togo,
Yeah.
which is the smallest country on the west coast of Africa.
Okay.
So it's kind of, I want to be able to build a bridge, if I can call it, because every other countries, from Asia to South America to Canada, everywhere, they have structured a way of bringing their culture, their food
To the food, yeah.
to the mass.
Yeah.
So Africa is the only one that haven't done it to this level, and I call it more of a blessing and a mission, literally like a God mission, to be able to bring this about, because this vision is way bigger than what I
think that's very. I don't know how to say, like that's really cool, because people can choose different.
They can pick
you can
different
pick
things.
plantain,
Yes.
the beans, all
Yes.
this. It doesn't come together, so you make a choices for everyone.
Exactly.
I love that part. I think that's very beautiful.
Thank you. I went to a lot of places, and when I was in culinary school, we went to visit a lot of shows in Chicago. I've learned after so many years that people just don't eat the way everybody eats. It doesn't matter what kind of food it is. The best way is to be able to give them options. If you look at Asian food, most of the time they'll have an array of food on the table, and everybody will be picking from different things from what they want to eat. If you want to eat broccoli, then you eat broccoli. If you don't want to, then leave it alone.
I don't like broccoli, by the way.
Oh God, it's the best vegetable out there.
I don't like broccoli.
Next to okra, by the way, because
Okay.
okra, I don't know, a lot of people really don't know this, but okra is the most highly packed, nutritious vegetable out there. That's another thing too about the name, because having the name okra is a discovery on its own. So coming to Okra African Grill is a discovery on its own.
You should give an A+ to your son. Totally.
Hey,
A+.
you giving him too much credit.
I
here.
have to. So beside the restaurants, any other services do you offer? Catering, any other things
Yes.
that you're gonna be working on coming up?
Yes, there's a lot of things I'm working on. I want Okra to become a brand. I don't know if you ever heard of Goya. It's a South America brand. I mean, they are all over the world. That's what I want Okra to eventually become, which means we'll come up with our own sauce. We have merchandises. Right now, we do DoorDash and delivery, Grubhub. We have our own website that you can order from. But I want this one to be about stable. And in about 6 months, I want to work on classes. I want to be able to teach.
Okay.
I already had that background from the school, so I want to be able to inform people more. Wine classes. I heard you love wine.
Wine classes. Okay. All right. Cool.
I've heard you love wine, so we can be able to bring South African wine and wine from foreign wine to be able to match them with the food, and it'll be like a 5-course meal that we can put together and have people come and taste. So we can be able to adventure in other part of Africa. Because again, we just mentioned Africa is the continent. Most of the stuff here is from West Africa. I want to be able to do homage to East Africa, North Africa, South Africa, and everything in between. So there's a lot of work coming around and a lot of surprises.
Okay. I love surprises.
I know you do.
And I want to again, congratulate you, because I know it's not always easy.
Yes.
To be an entrepreneur, to have those big visions. But you are making it, and slowly you'll get all those big and building brands. So that's
I'm trying. Thank God for that.
Who inspires Nina Sodji?
Ooh. I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people kind of make it sound cheesy, but being here for so long, I always look up to Oprah.
Okay.
Because I always think she's the first African American that really broke out of the water. She really kind of made it happen. She made me see, oh, okay, this is possible. I'm left-handed. If you don't know that, don't share that to anyone. Too.
Okay, I'll keep it a secret.
But back home, there's such a how do you call it, a restraint on wanting to keep your mind put. And I love to be open-minded. I love to be challenging. I'm adventurous. I like to try things. So it's kind of hard to grow up there knowing that, and to be able to open yourself and be able to say, oh, I can do that. So when I first got here in 1994, she was on TV, and I was looking at her one day and I was like, wow, I can literally do that too. I can be open, I can be open-minded. I can say things that I don't have to get a knock on the head for it, and I just can be me. So
that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah. Don't let her know that either.
If Nina can be an animal, which animal would you choose to be and why?
Oh, brother.
Yeah. Tell me. I want to know.
Okay. If Nina want to be an animal, I think I want to be a lioness. I know. It might sound a little bit strong.
Okay.
But I know after a while I admit that I have a strong personality. But I think it comes with the drive that I have. And lion in the jungle, they are the protector of the other animals. They are the leader of the other animals. They are the one that, if they want to take the animals to a new land, they are the one on the forefront. So I see myself to be a forefront of any African business, any African-owned by women business, any. I want to be the innovator. If somebody can learn something for what I'm doing and be able to achieve it too, that makes it for me.
Awesome. I love that.
Yes. So
if
don't be scared of my life.
No. I'll keep it quiet. I'll say
All
anything.
right.
Yeah. If you have the power to make one positive change in the world right now, what would that be?
We always have to eat, so I want to feed people. A lot of people are hungry out there. I want to be able to eventually get into nonprofit and be able to help. Africa is a big continent that needs a lot of help. And feeding, if you eat and you are full and you can stay alive for another day, that's another chance that you can be able to get to make a better world. So,
love that.
Food. I'm always into the food.
Love into the food. That's good.
Yes.
What would be your last advice, tip to my audience?
For our audience, perseverance. Perseverance, and a little bit of patience. Life is not handed to you. You have to go grab it. You have to be able to sustain. It's gonna get hard at times. It's gonna get tough at times. There are days that I just don't want to do it anymore. I had years that I don't want to do it anymore. But pray on it. Meditate on it. Whatever you do, don't give it up. Just let the fire stay low enough that when you are ready to pick it back up, you can lift back up and go back forward.
Awesome.
It is a journey.
It is a journey. How can people find more about Okra African Grill if they want to support it?
Yes. Okra African Grill is everywhere now. We are on Facebook. You can go to www.okraafricangrill.com.
And I love the website.
Yeah, thank you. We are changing, we are innovating, we are putting new things on there. Right now we are offering for 4 people to get a $20 gift card. You don't need to do anything, you just have to like us on Facebook. Next week, this is just a little tidbit for you. Next week, I have a donation button. Anybody that want to donate into Okra, they can donate into Okra, and the 100% of the proceeds will go into feeding our healthcare workers. It's all about giving.
I'll give you elbow for that one. That's pretty cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nina, for your time.
No worries. Always my pleasure.